Welcome back to Teachable Moments with April podcast. I am your host, April. Happy New Year from Teachable Moments with April podcast. Teachable Moments with April podcast is looking for personal detransitioning stories for upcoming episodes. If you are willing to share your story so that it may help others that may be going through the same thing, send either audio recordings in MP3, MP4, or WAV formats to anchor.fm/obsidian-queen/message or teachablemomentswithapril@gmail.com. Or you can send just a regular email with your story to teachablemomentswithapril@gmail.com. We would love to hear your story. Inspire, host, create, explore endless new possibilities, next level broadcasting. If you haven't heard about Anchor by Spotify, it's the easiest way to make a podcast with everything you need all in one place. Let me explain. Anchor has tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. When hosting on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and so many more. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. And best of all, Anchor is totally free. Download the Anchor app or go to Anchor FM to get started. Today on the Reluctant Urban Herbalist, we're going to talk again about natural healing and herbal remedies to treat a cold. And I found the recipes that I found online, the DIY recipes for adults as well as children. For the children, some of them are like cough remedies and syrup, but there are also alternative ones for your little ones who, I remember as a child not liking cough syrup. I have some other things here. There are herbal cough drops, recipes that are all natural that you can make. Also popsicles, and I thought these were very cute. It says soothing popsicles for sore throats and kids. Those are two of several of what I found. So after we go over some of the information, then I will give you some of the DIY cough remedies that I found online. So of course our objective is to harness the natural healing properties of herbs, spices, and fresh fruit to fight winter colds, coughs, sneezes, and sniffles, okay? So when it comes to treating a winter cold, there are plenty of natural ingredients that will help your body to heal itself, many of which are in your kitchen already, and that's what I love about it. You already have it. And so you can conserve your resources, you can conserve what money you have in the budget that everything is real tight right now for everyone. So that is something that you really want to do. You want to use what you already have to maximize everything and keep yourself, your loved ones, and your family safe and well, okay, and healthy. So a healthy diet all year round is a cold fighting essential, okay? A strong body means a strong immune system, better self, okay? Be sure to pack your winter meals with foods rich in vitamin C. Broccoli seems to be at the top. Fruits and vegetables in whatever form you can get them. You just work with what you got. That's all you can do. Just do your best. And zinc, which is found in whole grains. That zinc again, okay? So prevention is better than a cure, okay? I believe in prevention. Stress can weaken your immune system, okay? So we often talk about the connection between the physical body and the psychological and the spiritual self, okay? They work in conjunction. They are connected, okay? Making they make you more susceptible to colds and to illness in general. Okay. If you feel stress, try to think positively and address any worries. Okay. And there is quite a bit going on right now. So yeah, that's challenging, but we're going to get through it. Above all, ensure that your immune system has time to work by getting plenty of sleep. So that's another issue, and I know that a lot of people suffer for a variety of reasons with insomnia and sleeplessness, and this can weaken you. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so it says helping your body to fight a cold. Runny noses, congested coughs, and sweating cause us to lose body fluids, leaving us dehydrated and thirsty. The obvious response is to reach for a hot drink, but caffeine is also dehydrating. Now, I love caffeine, so that's something that I have to deal with. But I do try to drink as much water as possible, and I think that I do that. So regular tea and coffee only exacerbates the problem. Most herbal teas are caffeine free, however, allowing you to enjoy your warm drink without the dehydrating side effects. So herbal teas, and even though, like I said, I love coffee, I love it. I also love tea as well. I'm more of a hot tea type of person, and I tend to drink hot tea year round. So yeah. So let's look at this. Okay. Drinking more often. Boost your immune system. Okay, replace moisture lost in coughs and sneezes by drinking regularly throughout the day. It is particularly important to keep hydrated if you have a fever. Okay. All kinds of water, juice, and herbal teas. I love herbal tea. Okay, the next one is boosting your vitamin intake. Fruit juices and soups will quench your thirst while supplying essential vitamins. Okay, talk about the fruit juices. There it is. And we're going back to basics. They are yet again reminding us how imperative it is to get as much rest as possible. They said studies have shown that deep sleep increases your immune function. Skipping sleep will simply prolong your cold, and it can impede your recovery. All right, welcome back. So I'm going to go through very quickly a short list that they gave of cold-busting herbs. Whether you've got an aching body, a runny nose, or a sore throat, there is an herbal remedy that can soothe and cure your cold symptoms. So the first one is echinacea. Echinacea strengthens the immune system and can shorten the length of a bout of a cold or flu. You drink a cup of echinacea tea every day from the start of winter as a preventative measure. So that's where I'm at. I told you guys, whenever I feel something coming on, I actually learned from someone else that I knew a while back, a lady I worked with, and she would do a variety of things when she felt a cold coming on. You know, if you felt like a tickle in your throat or something, she was more so with cold medicine, your over the counter OTC, to kind of stave it off before it just got out of control. And I basically adapted that along with that cold medicine or certain holistic herbal remedies when I felt like a cold was coming on or the flu. It says echinacea is available as a dried herb from specialist suppliers or as herbal tea bags. Now, the beauty of where we're at in the world now is that you can get any herb, food, whatever, in any type of form you want. It could be in drops, it could be in powder, it could be dried, it could be fresh. So you have a lot of options of how you can get certain things, okay, in spite of some of the things, the shortages and supply chain issues that we've been having lately. But you still have a wide variety of ways, and you're only limited by your imagination, okay? Okay, so the next one is eucalyptus, okay? This antiseptic essential oil works on the respiratory tract, soothing inflammation and clearing the head and sinuses. A few drops, they say on a handkerchief. If you have an herbal. If you have an infuser, or even a humidifier vaporizer, you put in the little well that they have. You can still reap the benefits. You can get the leaves dried, and you can do different things with that based on what you have at home. And inhale in intervals. But I personally, my go-to is a humidifier vaporizer, just your run-of-the-mill ones you can find at Walgreens, CVS, or any other retail chain. I've had mine for a while now. You can put that in there. You can use essential oils. I've done it as an alternative to the steaming liquid that you can buy, whether it be from Vicks or whatever, it be an off-brand or store brand. Like I said, you can get very creative and still reap the benefits. You have rosemary, available as an essential oil, dried or the fresh herb. Rosemary eases headaches and sore throats and can also raise the spirits, so they have other applications. Gargle with the diluted syrup to ease a sore throat. Alternately, to treat an aching head, drink half a cup of rosemary tea every 3 hours. Okay, garlic we've talked about before. They want you to incorporate it into your diet, and they're basically repeating the same thing that we spoke of in the last episode of the benefits of garlic, whether it's in clove, powder, or oil form. Garlic's antibacterial properties help the immune system to fight all types of infections. They touch on chest infection. It's very effective remedy for chest infections. So it just makes sense to incorporate it into your diet as a preventative measure. Makes sense, right? The next one is sage, which I like too. Sage's chest clearing properties are useful for treating head colds and restoring your appetite. Drink an herbal tea throughout the day. There's so many types of loose leaf teas, as well as ones that are already made in tea bags, so forth and so on. Thyme. Now, I haven't used a lot of thyme, but here it says available as fresh or dried herb or essential oil. Thyme fights infections and relieves low spirits and exhaustion, fortifying the body against colds. Drink half a cup of tea or take a half teaspoon of syrup 3 times a day. Okay, so then they go into ginger, which I love. It's very potent and I love it. Grated ginger root can be made into a tea or added to foods. Okay, so they say root essential oil. This winter warmer is an antiseptic and a stimulant. Okay, and it also helps with coughs. Dilute the essential oil for a muscle rub. Okay. The last but not least is honey. Love honey. Honey. This humble store cupboard standby soothes sore throats and tickly coughs. It also gives relief from headaches and promotes relaxation. Use instead of sugar to sweeten herbal drinks. And honey comes in so many different types. You have granulated honey. You have the sticks that they look like they're crystallized. I haven't tried those, but they look cool. And you can also stir with them. Very nice. And there's a picture on this particular card that I have from something I got a while back with herbal remedies in it. Okay, so now we're going to jump ahead and I'm going to read to you. I'm such a big kid. I'm going to read to you. I'm excited because I've never seen this before. But when I heard about the shortage for children's medicines, I got very curious. You guys know me. I don't know what website I got it from. It doesn't say. It just says soothing popsicles for sore throat in kids, and I think the name of it might be Your Kids Table. Okay, so anyway, only a few minutes to pull together and 3 to 4 hours to set in the freezer. Okay, they say it's American. They give it a category. The key word is popsicle dessert. Okay, prep time is 15 minutes. 4 hours altogether to put it together, and the servings are 6 popsicles. Okay, so this is the alternative for a finicky kid, okay, that doesn't take to it and makes it fun and makes it seem tasty and not exactly medicine. Okay, so the ingredients you're going to need is 2 tea bags of herbal tea. They suggest apple cinnamon, peppermint, chamomile, ginger, lemon, or orange. Orange herbal teas are all options. The sky's the limit. You can pick whatever your child likes, whatever flavors, mix and match. If you want, they say you need 2 cups of boiling water, 1/3 cup of, they say, Maddie's natural cough syrup, or 3 tablespoons of honey. Okay, and then you have a 1/2 cup of fruit, and then in parentheses it said, this is optional, berries, cherries, it rhymes, berries, cherries, mango, or oranges, whatever your child likes, whatever you have on hand, whatever is on sale, whatever you can get your hands on. The instructions is to steep the herbal tea of choice for 10 minutes. The second step is mix in the honey or cough syrup. Sounds kind of something, putting cough syrup in a popsicle, but yeah, okay, whatever gets you there, with a whisk or blender. And then the third is, if desired, use a blender or food processor to mix in frozen fruit. Then the fourth step is pour in a popsicle mold, okay, and place in the freezer for 3 to 4 hours until frozen. There's so many things out there that you can use as a popsicle mold. If you don't, you know what to do. The recipe notes that this recipe is extremely adaptable. That's where I'm getting at. Couldn't get the words out. Adapt. You can substitute the tea for juice, sparkling water. You can add yogurt. You could even, they say, even add ice cream. There you go. Everything's better with ice cream, right? Whatever your child likes, there it is, okay? To add to this to soothe their sore throat. Okay, so that's the first one for the kids. Let me find the other one. Okay, so now it brings me to the other one. This one was by wellnessmama.com, and it says herbal cough drops recipe. So these are cough drops, DIY. Okay. These homemade herbal cough drops have a mixture of honey, herbs to help alleviate symptoms and boost your immune function for quick recovery. And they said the prep time is 1 hour. They said the ingredients for herb infused water are 2 cups of water. This is the ingredients. You're going to need 1 tablespoon. And it says a 1/2 cup of slippery elm, 1 tablespoon to 1/4 cup of colt's foot. Okay, I've seen that before. 1 tablespoon to 1/4 cup of cinnamon, 1 tablespoon to 1/4 cup of dried elderberries, which elderberries I've noticed has been used for a variety of holistic or natural cough syrups that I've seen. Okay, 1 tablespoon to 1/4 cup of chamomile flowers. I love chamomile. I wasn't a fan of it before, but I've started to like it. Okay, so ingredients for the cough drops. So you got the ingredients for the herb infused water. Gotcha. And I feel like you can substitute as well. Okay. Ingredients for cough drops is you need 1 cup of they just talked about it. Water and 1/2 cup of honey. Now the instructions are to make herb infused water. In a medium-sized saucepan, bring 2 cups of water to a boil. Number 2, place between 1 tablespoon and 1/4 cup for a really potent cough drop of each herb into a medium-sized bowl. The person says that they put the herbs in a muslin bag to make straining easier. You're going to pour the boiling water over the herbs and let them steep for 20 minutes. Then you strain out the herbs and use half of the infused water for the next part of the recipe. You're going to refrigerate and save the rest for another batch, or mix with equal parts raw honey or whatever honey that you have, okay, for a simple cough syrup. Okay, so now we're going to get into making the cough drops. The first one is pour 1 cup of the herb-infused water into a medium saucepan. Add the honey and heat over medium-high heat until it reaches 300 Fahrenheit. If you don't have a candy thermometer, this usually takes about 30 minutes, give or take. And it can be tested by dropping a drop of the mixture into ice water to see if it immediately hardens. It should harden to the point that the drop breaks if dropped on the counter. You can also tell because the mixture will start to foam and separate. At this point, it's important to remove it from the heat quickly so it does not burn. The third step to this is to pour the mixture into candy molds, okay? Or pour onto a large baking sheet that has been greased with coconut oil or that has a silicone baking mat on it. If you're not using molds, you will need to form the mixture into cough drops by hand. Look at that. Let it cool until it is cool enough to touch without being burned, and immediately and quickly form into lozenges with your hands. You might need help to do this quickly enough because it dries rather quickly is what I'm gathering for, right? Put the finished cough drops or lozenges on a silicone mat or a piece of parchment paper to cool. When completely cool, the individual says, I toss the cough drops in a mixture of powdered, slippery elm and stevia to prevent them from getting sticky in the humidity, okay? And then you use as needed for coughing, congestion, or sore throat. The notes that she put on here is any herbs can be used. There it is. Did we not say that? Okay, any herbs can be used. She picked the combination that we just spoke of to help soothe coughing, congestion, and sore throat while still boosting the immune system. They said that they've only had, I've only had these last about a week in her house because her kids eat them so quickly, so that I don't know what the shelf life is past a week. So whatever your family likes, what your kids like, what you like, you can mix and match to your liking. What I also wanted to add is that I didn't print out everything that I saw because I saw many things. Like I said, when I initially went on there, I went to look for alternatives for children, okay, to help in building their immune system and to help treat any cold or flu that they would get. You can adapt it. I saw DIY recipes for making smoothies that were similar to the popsicle one that I spoke of. Parfaits. You can do different things in which, anyone that has kids is going to know they're going to make it seem like it's one thing when in fact it is good for them, and you can add certain things to it. Parfaits, smoothies, any kind of drink that they like or whatever, things that you can kind of slide in certain things in order to treat them for if they're sick. So you can, you're more than welcome, of course, you don't have to listen to what I'm telling you. You can easily go online and find so many things in order to help during this time. If, we're having these shortages, and to treat your child as well as the rest of your family members, including yourself. Now, the one thing that I want to talk about also is a very basic, just a basic DIY natural cough syrup that I found for the entire family. It says DIY natural cough syrup, and this one is actually from vitacost.com. They say its prep time is 5 minutes and the total time is 5 minutes. Okay, so let's look at it. This is a recipe for one day. It makes 3 servings, morning, afternoon, and before bed. The ingredients are, now this is a very common one I saw. when I looked on YouTube and just was like, looking, this seems to be the standard. So you have 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, the juice from a half a lemon, 1.5 tablespoon of water, 1 tablespoon of raw honey or whatever honey you got, 1/4 teaspoon of ground garlic or 3 cloves finely chopped, 1 1/4 teaspoon of ground ginger, 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1/8 teaspoon of ground cayenne. I always say cayenne, Kanye West. No, cayenne pepper. I don't know why I always do that. Instructions: in a glass jar, mason jar, combine all the ingredients. You're going to cover the jar with a lid and shake contents thoroughly. They spoke of that in all the videos that I saw. And do so before each time you consume to make sure all those good ingredients are incorporated. Then you're going to consume 1/3 of the mixture, which is an equivalent of just 1 tablespoon for each serving. Okay, 1/3 of the mixture. That's what you're going to consume in a serving. All of them say to refrigerate it. Okay, and when ready to use, let the cough syrup sit out. Oh, I didn't know this. This is good. Let the cough syrup sit out for around 10 minutes before you consume. Now, this is what they did not mention in the YouTube videos that I saw that made, no matter who it was, they all seem to have this standard natural cough syrup, but I didn't see ones that told you to let it sit out for 10 minutes before consuming. Okay, so the notes to this, the additional notes here are: still have a cough on day 2, make another batch. And then, of course, because this is for a site that sells stuff, Vitacost.com sells vitamins and whatnot. Of course, they say order the ingredients you need to make this remedy at Vitacost.com. Okay, last but not least, I found something here that not necessarily has to do with cold and flu remedies, but I thought it was just interesting and I wanted to share it here. It was found on a website called essentialoils.us or something like that, and the name is what got me. Liquid morphine bomb recipe. So they captured my attention. Liquid morphine bomb recipe. Never heard of it. Okay, this recipe, at least I've heard of morphine, but not the recipe. Okay, so it says this is a general recipe that would universally help most people. If you don't have all of these oils, you can leave some off or replace them with other pain oils in your collection to create your own bomb recipe. Now, for the most ambitious and creative out there who are listening, this is you. If you don't already know about it. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need is a 10 milliliter glass roller bottle. You're going to need a carrier oil, jojoba, coconut, etc. 15 drops of lavender, love lavender. 15 drops of peppermint, like that too. 10 drops of chamomile. 10 drops of lemongrass. Okay. Directions: apply the essential oils to your roller ball. Okay. Top off the rest of the bottle with a carrier oil of your choice. Okay, so you have to take into account your preference, what you like. If you have any allergies or things, certain oils that don't react good with your body, you gotta take that into account. That's a given. Okay, they say shake the bottle well, and then roll the bottle onto the area you are experiencing pain in. So I thought that was very interesting. Liquid morphine bomb recipe. So not just it just smells good, it's also helping wherever you have pain. Some alternative way for pain management and pain relief that you can try and see if it works for you. So don't forget the alternatives that I spoke of for. I have some a note here. It said alternatives, which I think I already spoke on is an herbal infused smoothie for kids for fever and cold and flu. I feel like that would go over really well with kids. And then in the other one, it talked about ice cream. So you use your discretion on that. But there's just so many different ways that you can substitute and kind of pick up the slack if you run out of your usual arsenal of meds, cold syrups, and medicines for your children or for yourself as well. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Thanks for listening to Teachable Moments with April. If you did enjoy this episode, I invite you to come right back to check out my podcast and my other episodes. Don't forget to listen, add us to your favorites, and support by clicking on the link in the description. As always, be blessed and be well. Until next time.